Welcome to GenX Journeys, the podcast that's all about rediscovering, reinventing, and thriving. I'm your host, Paul Stressner, and if you're part of Generation X, this show's for you. We dive into real stories of resilience, reinvention, and personal growth, all while celebrating the past and charging full speed into the future. Whether it's nostalgia-fueled throwbacks, inspiring conversations, or motivation to help you level up, GenX Journeys is here to remind you your best days are not behind you. They're happening right now, and you're just getting started. So let's get into it. Hey everybody, today's episode is all about movement. And I'm not just talking about physical movement, but also that internal momentum that kicks in when you decide, hey, this is it, I'm doing this. And this past weekend, I finally made it official. I signed up for the 50th Marine Corps Marathon. And because of that, I officially kicked off my training. And I'm starting off with the Couch to 10K program to get it going. And I'm all in. And here's the thing, though. I hadn't been running much lately. Crappy winter and everything. And, well, that's not an excuse, but I just didn't. And I kind of fell away from it. Although I've been working out regularly and staying active at the gym. But the running part, not so much. And even though I already knew I was going to sign up, it wasn't real until I actually did it. And the moment I hit that register button and put in my credit card information, everything shifted. My mindset locked in, my energy changed. I stopped thinking about it and started training for it. And that one physical action just triggered a whole new level of focus. And then came Marathon Monday, this past Monday. It was on April 21st, and there was the Boston Marathon, and it fired me up even more. And this is my fourth year going up there as a spectator, cheering everybody on. And I just fell in love with it the first time I went up, and because I was just curious. I lived up here most of my life, and I'd never seen it, so I went up, and just the amazing energy from the spectators and the runners is so inspiring. So I made up my mind that I was going to go there every year. So, and I always go into this same spot in Framingham, and it's just after the 10K point, right across the street from the commuter rail. And the reason why I picked that was I think I was going to go to another, I forgot what park it was, that was supposed to be a good place to see the marathon from, and you get there by the commuter rail. So I parked, and then I was going towards the commuter rail, and then I saw people sitting in chairs and everything on the road. It was yet across the main road, and I saw people sitting there. It was like waiting for a parade. So I was like, oh, I may as well stay here. This looks pretty cool. There's a Brazilian coffee shop there, and the best coffee I've ever had in my life is right there. So I go there every year now, and this year, this is probably the best weather we've had that I've been so far. There was a sunshine, a cool breeze, and the runners were flying by with everything they had. It was so cool. And I'm not going to lie, it was a little frustrating this year because I have this Boston Marathon app to track, and you put in all the runners that you want to track, and it wasn't working. I tried using my mobile data, and then it turns out that everybody else was having a problem in that area as well, so nobody had any bars or anything, so I couldn't track anybody that I wanted to track. And I specifically was waiting for my good friend Kerri Nelson, who you might remember from the Inspiring Journeys podcast, which is also on this feed if you hadn't listened to any of those yet. She's awesome. She was an awesome co-host, and she runs this race. And also Maurice Lowman, who's incredible. He has an incredible story, and I've had him on my podcast. He's been sober for, I think, over 10 years now, and he's had a run streak for maybe even a little bit longer than that, from running outside for 1 mile every single day for over 10 years. He's been doing that, and he's just got a powerhouse. So they're good friends of mine, so I let them know I was going, and I asked if they needed anything, and So I went up there and I brought some uh 5 hour energy thing and some Gatorade and stuff. So I was like a refreshment station for them, and I at least I had somewhat of an idea when they would be coming by because Kerri runs with the adaptive heat, and then Maurice runs with the charity heat. So I kind of had when I saw those runners coming by, I knew to be looking out for them. Luckily, but everybody else that I wanted to track, I didn't know which wave they were in or anything, and there's 30,000 people that run in this thing is like massive waves of people come driving by. They come running by, and you can kind of get lost in there. So I feel so bad. And there's some people I recognized, but I didn't realize until it was too late that they were already by me. So, but I was there with my cowbell and everything, so it was a blast. But it's just something about standing there and you're just watching all these people going by. A lot of them, some of them are in pain, and I know how that feels. And a lot of them, especially, you could tell a lot of people who are doing this for the first time and they have a big smile on their faces. They're running by, and it just hit different this time for me because I personally know the work that goes into running the marathon, and you're out there early mornings, you have long solo runs, there's self-doubt, there's physical strain, and I had my own injuries and everything, but even still, even if you're totally healthy, you still get really bad aches and pains and everything because that's a lot of strain you're putting on your body. But here they were, and they're all ages, all different body types. They're adaptive athletes, and every single one of them is pushing forward, defying the odds, and writing their own story out on that course. And it's such a historic race. So what an incredible feeling for them. And that's what inspired me the most. And right now, I'm just at the beginning. So I just did day 2 of the training so I'm starting off with a base of the couch to 10K just to get me going, and then I'm going to up the mileage. But I did day 2 the other day. I'll do day 3 tomorrow, the next day, and that consists of 8 rounds of 1-minute runs followed by 90 seconds of walking. And it's like a nice easy way to edge your way into it. So if you're considering running, I highly recommend. This is the way to go, but it's not overwhelming or anything. I mean, the first week you walk more than you run, so it makes it much more enjoyable than just trying to put on miles without stopping. So that's my suggestion, and that's a good way to get back into this. And here's what I want to leave with you today. Thinking about your goal isn't the same as committing to it. You could talk about it, dream about it, intend to do it, but until you take that physical step, whether it's signing up, announcing it out loud, or telling someone you trust, it's just a wish. And action is the match that lights the fire. That one step, signing up, it just doesn't put a date on the calendar. It creates a mental shift, and it makes you become the kind of person who follows through. So I am a marathoner, and there was just something when I signed up, it just clicked, and I'm off. And it's so powerful. And so what are you waiting for? What's your marathon? It might not necessarily be a literal marathon like mine is in this case, but what's the thing that you've been circling around, waiting for the right time? Because there is no right time. The right time never presents itself, I should say. The right time is when you decide. So if you wait for the perfect time, it's not going to happen. So you decide, and that's when it is. And you sign up, you speak it out loud, you take the first step. Because once you take that first step, that momentum starts coming. And this is your time. We're not too old, we're not too late, and we're just getting started. So I want you to embrace the past, own the present, and build an epic future. And if you want to follow my journey, both the show of GenX Journeys and my running, my own personal running, my own GenX Journey, you can find me at GenX Journeys and The Roadrunner. It's RHODE. And both of those, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'd love to hear what goals you're chasing. And yep, so you can also email me at paul@genxjourneys.net, and I'd love to hear from you. So let's go get it. Keep moving forward. I'll see you next time. And remember,
be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!
sit, Lizzie, sit. Good dog.